Welcome, Vero Nation, to the Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub. Here's your host, Paul Tipton.
And welcome to a cool, crisp evening here at Caps Pizza and the Coach's Corner. Along with Gary Parris and Jankowski, I'm Paul Tipton. Thanks for joining us here tonight as we'll recap Week 8 and then talk about Week 9 as we are in homecoming week this week for Vero Beach. Coach, Week 8, you play district rival Centennial. It's a 44-0 win. After a very lengthy delay, the team got off to a very fast start.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I was most
Caps
pleased
Pizza
with.
a proud sponsor of the
we were able to handle that adversity, and we live in sunny South Florida, so to speak, and Friday night, you never know what you're in for.
True.
And over the years, we've had, games that have been rescheduled for different days and hurricanes and lightning and rain and all the things that you deal with. And again, I think this Friday night I was most pleased with, when we did get the all clear, our guys came out, they were very focused, came out ready to go. And I think it showed on the field. And I think, it's a very small example of another life lesson that this sport brings. I think sometimes we wake up in the morning and we think that everything's supposed to go the way we want it to. And when that doesn't happen, we have choices of how to handle that. Sometimes we can, stomp our feet and, put out our bottom lip, or you can, roll with it and handle it the way that, you need to be successful. And I think our guys, really take those things in stride, and they're each and every day I see them getting a little bit more mature and handling different things. And again, I think that experience, there's value to that. It probably won't be our one and only, delay that we have for the remainder of the season. There seems to be something every Friday night. And of course, this week will be homecoming. So there may be something that snags or delays what we've got planned. And like I said, our guys responded very well and came out and played very well.
I thought it was ironic. You had Mike Lyons from Channel 25, the retired meteorologist there, and here we are in a lightning delay. He was supposed to be there for the coin flip and everything, and it's just a real weird sense of irony there. But as I said, you guys came out, you were clicking on all cylinders from the word go. 5 of your 6 possessions, you scored touchdowns. But I really want to talk about that defense. The defense played really well. I mean, how about a pick 6 and a safety? And they held Centennial in check.
Yeah, I think our defense really showed its dominance, really on all 3 levels. I think you start with our D-line, and we've got multiple guys that are rotating in there. And Coach Bethel, our D-line coach, does a great job of rotating guys and keeping them fresh and really just putting pressure on that offensive line. And then, you go to the next level, our linebackers, and we've got, guys with a lot of experience. And we're, slowly but surely gaining depth there as well. And you're seeing new faces and different guys get involved and contribute there. And again, that depth is going to, as we hit this tail end of the season and down this home stretch, it's going to be critical for us where we have different guys there. And then on the back end, those corners and safeties are all playing really well. And we've got good team speed. They play unselfish. When Friday night comes around, their physicality, I think, shows, first and foremost. That's the thing that sticks out to me is when you combine that speed and the physical part of it. I think it really shows each and every Friday night.
It was an interesting sequence of events. You get Tutu Griffin with an offensive touchdown, turn right back around on defense, and he gets a pick 6. I mean, 2 back-to-back scores like that.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing with Tutu, and something that we really discovered kind of early on, is that, he's best when he, not just individually, but for our team when he's on the field. So I think you're seeing him excel in all 3 phases of the game. You're seeing him on special teams. I think he leads our team in blocks. He's become part of our return game, in the kickoff return deal. Obviously on defense, he's been a staple all season, making plays, big hits. Being in the right place at the right time. He's has a knack for the football. And then on offense, his role continues to increase each and every week. And we've seen him in multiple places on offense. So, again, I think that speaks volumes for his football savvy and what he's able to do and just his love for the game. He doesn't he doesn't just like the game; he loves the game, and I think it shows each and every.
He plays a lot like the kid at Colorado, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, not that he's you trying to compare him to Travis, but Travis doesn't like getting off the field.
Right.
You know, he did 129 plays in one game, both offense and defense. And Tutu's that kind of a player. Reminds me of he wants to be out there and play all over the field. Coach, I'm going to ask you to ask this to you, and this is what I noticed. Since the Fort Pierce Central Monday game, this team has got another step to it now. It has really picked up, and it looks sharp. It looks like the purpose is out there to play football and win. And I saw a lot of excitement, a lot of wanting to play. You know, and I think it was it's like you're seeing that attitude. Last two games have been absolutely Wellington game, and then you see this game here. Again, you're a better team than they were, but you know what? You didn't play down. You might try to make them play up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter what it is, you know, whatever, if you're involved with competition, you know, of all things being equal, it's got to be more important to you than it is to them. And I think what is shown is that, you know, the last couple of weeks, as you say, that, you know, our guys have played with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of focus. And when that happens, you know, and nobody's caring on who gets the credit and all that kind of stuff, then you see your game is elevated, your play is elevated, and you got a bunch of guys running around having a lot of fun. And I mean, that's what we're shooting for, right?
That's great. Yeah.
Tyler Aronson had another solid performance, 14-17, 183 yards, 4 touchdowns, hit 9 different receivers through the course of the game. And as Gary has alluded to, I mean, the last 3 ball games, I mean, you've outscored your opponent 129-6.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, and you don't look for that big margin of victory all the time, and you're just really just trying to focus on yourself. But I am pleased with the execution. You know, I think there were places in this past Friday night, obviously, where we have some very, very good players and may have had them outmatched in some places and spots. But again, I think the effort, the execution, it's hard to complete 14 of 17 passes on air. You know, and we go against air every day at practice, and usually have 4 or 5 footballs flying around on one play. And I just remember telling our guys today that we better be able to beat the air. And I think we were about 50% on one of the plays, you know. And I said we're 70% when we got bad guys out there. So you know, we better pick it up and put a little game pressure on ourselves and that kind of thing. But yeah, so I mean, you know, again, it's again a credit to our players. They came ready to play and performed very well last Friday night.
Well, Vero Beach got its second district win against Centennial with a 44-0 win last Friday. Now they turn their attention to their next opponent, which will be Martin County. We'll talk about the Tigers a little bit later. A couple of guys that helped us get a win last week: DJ Williams, Jay-Sean Hendricks. They are here with us, and we're going to check in with those guys when we come back. (772-770-2277) or CapsPizzaMenu.com.
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents, from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or MolinariPools.com.
Smart, stylish, fly, these are the words of Dapper. Joey's Downtown Dapper, a barbershop that provides more than haircuts. They provide a fun experience with a local flavor. Owner Joey Lucchini is a lifelong resident of Vero Beach, loves supporting local charities, youth sports, and Fighting Indians football. Joey's Downtown Dapper, 2005 14th Avenue, downtown Vero Beach, a supporter of Christian FM.
Hi, JW from Barker Air Conditioning. These hot and humid days sure do take a toll on your air conditioning system. Barker Air Conditioning offers our ESA annual or semi-annual maintenance plans to keep things in good working order. Barker Air Conditioning, servicing Indian River County since 1959.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
The Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.
And here we are back at Caps Pizza for Coach's Corner as we're heading into week number 9. It is homecoming week, and Martin County is on the schedule for us this Friday night. We'll talk about the Tigers in just a little bit. Last week, we had St. Lucie West Centennial at the house, and we beat them 44-0. Our Scott Sporting Goods players of the game from that were DJ Williams on my right and Jay Sean Hendricks on my left. Fellas, thanks for joining us here at Coach's Corner. Jay Sean, let me start with you. Glad to have you here. 6 solo tackles on the season, 12 assists. We got a tackle for a loss. Just one thing missing, man. Where's the sack? Where's the sack?
A D-line been getting there this year, so
you gotta like trip one of those guys or something, man. Like knock them down. They're tripping you. Yeah. See, man, you need to get like TJ and Avion. You know, just get those guys like beat up the linemen, so then you can get in there and get a sack.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. So
I'll think about it.
So when you do get a sack, I'm not gonna say if. When you do get a sack,
yes, sir.
You got a dance ready?
I'm waiting for when I do it on the field. I got y'all.
You got one though. You got a sack dance ready though.
Yes, sir.
All right. I like it. DJ, the other night, man, you caught a pass. You took it 55 yards to the house, man. And I think if they timed it right, I think you got there in about 3 seconds. And it was pretty fast, man. Where's the speed come from?
Track, Coach Zoe.
Track and Zoe.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's the if I go to Zoe and I go start the track, then I can run like you? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, you're being nice to me, but be real. There's no way. It's God-given talent, man. Talk about that play. You know, your number's probably being called on that play. Tell me, take me through that sequence.
Just toss right to the hash and just run over the middle. That's it.
So you got some blocks, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you always got to credit the guys paving the way, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So homecoming week, man. How special is it? It's your senior season, too, by the way. Homecoming week. How special is it this week?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
You ready? So are you part of the homecoming court this year?
No, sir.
No, you didn't make the cut, huh?
Pretty shy person.
Yeah. Maybe if you had prettier dreads or something, I don't know. Maybe that might have been worked out for you. But, well, guys, 44-0 win. That was a good win. Tigers. This is a game that we lost last week. Has this been on your mind for a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guys ready? Ready to bring some heat?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. I
I just
appreciate
came circled.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
You've had it for a while?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? What do you think?
They messed up our perfect season last year.
They did. Why'd you let that happen, man? I'm just kidding. Just messing with you. All right, guys. Jason Hendricks, DJ Williams, our Scott Sporting Good players of the game from last week. Guys, thanks for stopping by. And, hey, good luck this Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll be back with more right after this.
Caps Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Caps offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Caps Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277, or capspizzamenu.com.
Hi, I'm Shelly, owner of Dog Training Elite Treasure Coast. Our family passion is to help the families that come to us create peace and harmony in the home with their beloved family dog. At Dog Training Elite, we're dedicated to helping our clients, along with their dogs, learn obedience, manners, or train to be service dogs. Any size and age, we can help. Online at dogtrainingelitetreasurecoast.com. Go Indians!
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Ohana Water Systems is proud to partner with Christian FM. Hi, I'm Mikey, owner of Ohana Water Systems. We've created a technology that takes city and even well water and turn it into drinkable, pH-balanced, remineralized alkaline water throughout the entire house. Our system also protects the plumbing and appliances from hard water damage. No obligation consultations and water testing available. Online at ohanawatersystems.com.
Thanks to Roy Bell Grading Services for sponsoring Fighting Indians football and the Fighting Indians post-game show.
Hi, my name is Chase Bell, and my father Roy has served Indian River County in the grading industry for over 40 years. My family and I are proud supporters of Christian FM and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians. Go Vero!
No job too small or too big. Roy Bell Grading Services. We roll the earth. 772-473-4559. Roy Bell Grading Services.
The Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.
And we are back. And as I said earlier, it is homecoming week. And that means that Vero Beach has got a lot of things going on this week. So I thought, it might be good to bring in the booster president is Angela Banzoff. Thanks for joining us here, Angela.
Thank you for having me.
And Angela, you've been involved with not only just some of the Spirit Week, but this year, I think it's been a year or two, we haven't had the parade for a couple of years. And we certainly have not had the parade. I think it's going back out on the actual street instead of in the stadium. Am I right?
Yes. So
Okay.
when the track obviously was torn out before this season, I think that was brought up. Well, where are we going to have the homecoming parade? So, yeah, it's going to go down all around the stadium and follow up with the Powder Puff game.
Yeah, so
Should be good.
it's going to end up. It's going to go through some of the streets right around the sort of the campus of the Flick area. Basically, it's going to be around
Right.
those streets there. So, if you're familiar with that area, then that's where you want to be. What time does the parade start? Is it on Thursday or is it Friday?
It's Thursday night. It starts
Okay.
at 5:00, and there's going to be a pretty good crowd as far as several of the fall sports teams, not just the football team, will be in there, and
Okay.
then different clubs, cheerleaders, the band, obviously. The homecoming court will all be there. We
Okay.
do have some vehicles that have been graciously donated from Dyer, one of our top sponsors. So we appreciate them that they're going to be letting us use some of their vehicles to take all the kids around.
Are you one of the drivers?
No.
You didn't make
No.
make the demand or make
no.
the list.
I
Huh?
barely can drive. I'm barely allowed to drive our golf cart. So no.
Is this like a competition? Are the floats being judged, or is it?
No, I mean, it's not to that level. I'd
Okay.
love for the parade to get to that level. I think, I think any alumni way back when, the parade used to be a really big deal,
Yeah.
and the floats and everybody would get into a theme. So, like anything, if they're going to bring it back, it's going to take a while to foster that and get it back. But I think that's got to honestly be all driven by the students. So hopefully, the Student Government Association is in charge of the parade, and they've done a great job so far. So I think every year it just can grow and grow and get better and better.
You may have said this. Is the marching band going to be in the parade?
Yes, the band is in there. The cheerleaders, the football team will be coming at the very end. So
Okay.
it's going to kind of be like the Macy's parade when everyone's waiting for Santa. Everybody will be waiting for the football team. And that's mostly
That'll be
because we got to
interesting.
get practice in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to make sure to get that. Yeah, we got to take care of. From the football program standpoint, I mean, you've got homecoming, and there's a lot of different things that go on. Are the boosters involved through the course of the week? Or
Obviously we're there. We feed the players after every practice, so we're there doing that. But I know I went last night. They had a boys volleyball, so every night they have different activities.
Yeah.
And I mean, my sons were playing, so I went to go watch. But I did see a handful of parents and saw lots of football players, different athletes, and it's fun. So last night was the boys volleyball game. Tonight, right now, is dodgeball. Of course, when you're there, you just think, okay, guys, don't get injured because,
Right, of
how
course.
silly would that be if they
Right.
got hurt playing dodgeball and couldn't play Friday? And then tomorrow night's pickleball. So pickleball is making its way
Interesting.
to the younger crowd. Then Thursday night's the parade, powder puff for the girls. It's juniors versus seniors. I
Okay.
think we've got several of our football players are coaching. And then the big game Friday night.
Oh, that's going to be cool. Well, I appreciate your efforts there, and thanks for sharing. And we'll see you on Friday night.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with more right after this.
Caps Pizza and Pub, a proud sponsor of the Fighting Indians and Christian FM, serving Vero for over 35 years. Caps offers Italian cuisine, including pizza, strombolis, calzones, hot and cold subs, plus wings. A family-owned and operated business, John and his staff are happy to serve. Caps Pizza and Pub, 725 27th Avenue Southwest, Vero Beach, 772-770-2277 or capspizzamenu.com.
The mission of the Fighting Indian is excellence, teamwork, and consistency. The same holds true for the McCall Agency, Inc., a local independent agency and broker and fourth-generation resident of Vero Beach. To learn more about their insurance products and risk management, 772-473-6856. And their site is McCallAgencyInc.com, serving the Treasure Coast since 1956.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
Gino's Nutrition Shop carries a wide selection of safe supplements for athletes no matter their age, especially regular gym goers. I'm Gino, and we love supporting the Fighting Indians. Our supplements work for muscle recovery, hydration, focus, immunity health, along with grab-and-go meals. At Gino's Nutrition Shop in Miracle Mile, our customers are family.
The Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.
And here we are back at the Caps Pizza and Coach's Corner. Gary Parris and Lenny Jankowski back with us as we head into. We're actually in week 9 now, Coach. And hard to believe we're at week 9. And I had to like triple check that when I was trying to put my notes together. And you got this district stretch we talked about last week, back to back district games. You've got one down, 2 more to go, obviously, and it's Martin County this week. Last year they beat us. As Jason said, they ruined our perfect record. And so there's a little bit of that on their minds right now. Not to mention, this is a very pivotal district game for us.
No doubt. And, when you think about Martin County, obviously they've really, Coach Harris and his staff have really turned their program around the last few years. They had a great season last year. And this year they're off to a great start. It's a little bit unique in that they've had 2 weeks off, 2 bye weeks in a row prior to playing us this Friday night. And I don't know that I've ever seen that. So, they've had some time and obviously.
Is that good or bad? I mean, just let me ask you your opinion. I saw that too, and I thought about that.
I'll be able to tell you better after the game on Friday night. But
fair enough.
Yeah, me personally, I'm sure there's advantages and disadvantages to everything, right? But I mean, in my experience I'm not great at bye weeks, one bye week, and trying to figure out how to handle that. And do you get a little more physical? Do you give your guys some time off? Do you try to get healthy? Do you try to work the young guys in? In this case, I'm sure strategically, especially coming into this game, and the magnitude of this game, I'm sure that his coaching staff, they've probably done some things in preparation for us and have had some extra time to prepare. So obviously, I think that forces you to expect the unexpected and really in all 3 phases. And that's been, one of the points of emphasis, this week in preparation. But me, I'm more of a guy that does better in a routine, and so I think just personally, there's different ways to skin a cat, but in my world, I'm better in a routine. Okay, this on Monday we've got to get this done, Tuesday the same, and kind of work through it. But again, I'm sure there's certainly some advantages to having that time to prepare.
No doubt about it. Coaches, we've talked about it's homecoming week, and that means there's work to be done, but there's also some fun to be had. How do you balance that?
Well, in our case, we've got obviously I've bragged about our school in past segments, and our kids, our players are very active in our school, and I want them to enjoy the high school experience. I think it's a lot bigger than just just football and all of what we do. But I remind them on the regular that if they're going to participate in the week of activity, that they still need to take care of the priorities and keep things in perspective. Homecoming is always revolved around the game, right? And so I told them this story yesterday at practice that it usually happens about in June, where I'll start getting calls. Well, we're the class of 2003, and when is the homecoming? I mean, before that, when is the homecoming game? And we want to do our reunion and all those kinds of things. So I tell those stories to our players to make sure that they understand that homecoming is about this game. We've got to make sure that we put our best foot forward, give everybody a product they can be proud of, and we've got if people look at the tradition and how sometimes homecoming goes, this isn't the typical type of game that you schedule for homecoming, truth be known, the homecoming was originally scheduled for last week. We had the crown jewel that was already scheduled, and so it was moved to this week, and we're happy to have it. I mean, obviously there's a lot of planning and events that go on aside from the game, but how do we balance it? I guess that's the long version. The short answer is you got to put your trust in your players. You make sure that they understand that they've got to be focused on what we're trying to get accomplished and keep our eyes on the road as far as the game goes.
And I think, excuse me, Paul, I think that's what I've seen the last couple of weeks is just the enthusiasm, the kids wanting to play. I think they're into the heart of their schedule. They know they got district games coming up, and they've got to win them all. And they know that their Treasure Coast is over here, but they're focused in on winning against Martin County. And I can see that. I saw that last week. The enthusiasm. You come out at 9:00 at night. Right. You're normally getting ready to go. Your game is normally over with by almost now. And here you are. The kids were fired up with that enthusiasm out there. And I just love the energy that I see.
Well, I think if you guys would come to our, like if anybody here would be at our practices, I think that, I wouldn't have to say a whole lot. I think you would see the same kind of energy. I mean, our players are a lot of fun to be around. They enjoy practicing. They enjoy the preparation. And I think Friday nights are just an example of them letting it all, putting it all together and going out and doing what they love to do.
Somebody asked me one time, does Lenny ever script his plays? I said, yes, it starts about 2:30, 2:45, and it goes on he has it all script out for the whole day, the whole thing. So yes, he does script. I said, I don't know about the game, but I do know about practice.
Yeah, we do it in practice for sure. Sometimes in the game I get a little distracted, but we try to stick to the script in practice for sure.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll definitely see you on Friday night.
All right, looking forward to it, guys. Thanks for everything.
All right, thanks for joining us for another episode of Caps or Coach's Corner here at Caps Pizza. And look forward to seeing you on Friday night. It is homecoming against Martin County. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, we think, with whether Mother Nature allows us or not. We'll have our coverage beginning at 6 p.m. with countdown to kickoff. Look forward to seeing you there. And as always, go Indians.
Thanks for watching the Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.